utilize a payment gateway in your business, and it will most likely depend on the credit card processing software or in some cases the hardware that you're using. So first off, there's three things that are related to the payment gateway that are often confused that I want to clarify. Understanding the relationship between them can shed some light on the payment gateway's function. So those three things are the payment gateway, the virtual terminal, and the merchant account itself. So let's establish that a payment gateway, also known as a merchant gateway or a pay gate or an online gateway, is not the same thing as a merchant account. A payment gateway is the software tool most often used in an online processing environment that connects the checkout software to the merchant account. A merchant account is a dedicated bank account that's used to deposit money that results from a credit card transaction. A virtual terminal is an option that connects to the payment gateway, giving you the ability to log into a website portal and process transactions from your customers and clients. A virtual terminal is also slightly different than the payment gateway. The three of these things often work hand in hand, but they are all different and serve different functions. So back to the payment gateway. Here's how it works. First off, let's answer the big question of what does the payment gateway do? It serves the purpose of securely passing sensitive cardholder data to the credit card processor from the point of sale device or software. The consumer or your customer comes to your site, your website, or your business and makes a purchase via the payment page or an e-commerce store. That data is then captured, encrypted, and sent to the processing company and then back again to the point of sale device once the response is generated. So the payment gateway is essential to complete the online transaction. Now, there's more pieces to the entire transaction flow, but this video is solely focused on the gateway itself, so this is a simple version of the entire transaction flow. All this happens in just a matter of seconds, so the gateway often serves as the workhorse behind closed doors. Your customer never sees it, and you don't either, but it's there, keeping sensitive data safe and making sure the transaction process flows smoothly. Think of the gateway as a connector between the software your business is using on your website or point-of-sale system and the processing bank. So let's look at three common ways that the gateway is used, and these are all practical uses. So here's how it looks. The ways to use a payment gateway depends on the nature of your business and how you interact with your customers. This all starts with identifying what software you use in your processing environment. In other words, how do you accept credit card payments from your customers? We're going to go over three workflows and payment scenarios here to illustrate how the payment gateway fits in the transaction process. Workflow number one is a website built with WordPress and WooCommerce. WordPress is the framework of the website. WooCommerce is a plugin that's used to create the e-commerce environment. It allows you to set up product pages and payment pages and categorize them as you would like so you can have your online store. WooCommerce, in this case, is the software that determines which payment gateway you're going to be able to use. There's hundreds of gateway services that can be used with WooCommerce. So in this example, WooCommerce has listed all of the gateways that works with their software on their website. I don't think this is a comprehensive list. These are just the ones that they provide support with. So there's other gateways out there that have built plugins that connect to WooCommerce that are not shown on this list. So after your payment gateway is connected to WooCommerce and a purchase is made, the gateway sends that encrypted data over to the processor for authorization and then back again to your e-commerce store. So in this workflow, the payment gateway and your customer are doing all of the work. They enter their credit card number on your site and the rest of the transaction flow is automated up to the point of you fulfilling the product order. Your website is always there, always offering your product for sale. The payment gateway is always live and ready to do its job when the order is placed. Workflow number two is using a payment page or a form builder like SimplyPayMe, Wufoo, or FormStack. These are all subscription software tools, and in this case, these services allow you to create forms and payment links so that you can receive payments for your products and services from your customers. They don't have to be attached to your website, so these can be standalone hosted payment links that you can email to your customers, for example, or place links on your website. So here's a sample form from Wufoo, and behind this form, connected with within the administrative dashboard is the payment gateway connection. Again, the software that you're using determines the payment gateway that you can use. So if we look at Wufoo for this example, you can see that there's a list of about 8 payment gateways or payment service providers that integrate with Wufoo. Workflow number 3 is using a virtual terminal in a call center environment. So a payment gateway account is almost always going to have the option to add a virtual terminal. So if you have a merchant account, you can add a gateway account, connect it to your merchant account, and all of this happens typically for about $10 to $20 per month plus a transaction fee. So the virtual terminal is not a consumer-facing environment, so that just means that you and your company staff will log into the virtual terminal environment, type a credit card number directly into the virtual terminal portal, and process the transaction that way. So in this case, you have your virtual terminal and your staff perhaps is entering the payment information versus your customers going straight to your website and entering the data themselves. So once the payment is entered and set to process, the gateway goes to work to complete the transaction cycle and process the payment. So that's just 3 scenarios on how to use a payment gateway in your business. And there's literally thousands of different possibilities to use between payment gateways, merchant accounts, and the software tools that they could all link up to. So check the links in the description and other videos on my channel for other payment gateway and software tool tutorials and videos that show you additional workflows just like we've described in this video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like this video and share it with a friend. And if you want to learn more about payment processing and collecting payments online, whether it be on your website or hosted payment pages like we've shown here, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I publish weekly tutorial style videos and how-to videos that are directly related to processing payments, merchant accounts, digital software, and workflows that tie it all together. And finally, I'm Brian Manning, and I'll see you next time.